All right, this is our strength and active stretch. Just a set of weights. You can grab medium and heavy. I'm using 5 and 8 just for reference. So if you're to go heavier or go lighter at any point in time, you can always set the weights off to the side. We're going to go ahead and start drawing your feet hip width apart and parallel. Draw your knees up towards your chest. Strong point through your toes. Warming up your body here. On the next one, take that knee up and over to a side lunge. Press your hips back, deep bend into that knee that you're leaning into, keeping the opposite knee nice and straight. On the next one, hold it in a wide stance. So feet are wider than your hips, toes are slightly turned out, arms out to a T. Bend and extend the knees, chest stays lifted. Keep it going. 2 more. On the next one, hold the bend the knees. Tiny circles with your arms, palms facing down. Keep it here for 3, 2, and 1. Reverse that circle. Tiny circles, opposite direction. For 3, 2, and 1. Reach down, tap towards the opposite foot. Reach for your foot, your ankle, your shin, your knee, thigh. Reach for whatever you can. Maybe reaching the opposite arm up towards the ceiling. Keep it going. Slow and steady. Let's do 1 more on each side. Deep bend the knees. Gently come back to center. Arms remain out to a T. Deep bend in both of your knees. Hinge forward at your waist. Give yourself a nice big hug and then squeeze your shoulder blades together as you lift your arms up high towards the ceiling. 3 more. That's 2. Last one. Gently release your right knee down, coming into a runner's lunge. Right knee is bent, bending into your front. Left knee, chin and chest stays lifted here. On your exhale, gently press your hips back, straighten that left leg, flex your toes. Inhale, press it forward. Exhale, press it back. A few more just like this. On the next one, gently keep your hips back, left leg is straight, point flex. Circle out your left ankle. Hold your left toes, flex to the ceiling, hinge forward, framing it over that left foot. You can stay as high or come down as low as you like, maybe bringing your nose towards your knee, heart to your thigh. Gently bend into that left knee, walk your toes towards the outer left hip, toes turned outwards, pressing into that left hip. Gently walk yourself back through center. Release your left knee down. Take a big step forward with your right foot. Feet and hip are hip width apart and parallel, pressing into that right knee. Chin and chest stays lifted. You can tuck your left toes or keep the top shoelace portion of your foot on the floor. On your next breath, gently press your hips back. Straighten that right leg. Flex your toes. And press it forward. Moving here with control. So today we have 6 moves. We'll do them 4 times through. 50 seconds of strength, 25 seconds of a stretch for that muscle group. 1 more time. Gently hold your right leg straight, toes over to the ceiling, maybe point flex. You can circle out your right ankle. When you're ready, keep your toes flexed, hinge forward, framing over your right foot. So after that 6th move, after our 4th round, we're going to run through those 6 moves 1 more time through 60 seconds. Each move. Bend into that right knee. Walk your toes outside your hip. Maybe walk your right hand inside, opening up your right hip. So we're really doing the moves 5 times through. Then we're going to run through all those stretches again. Gently come back through center. Rise up to standing. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. All right. We have upper body to begin with. We have bicep curls. We're alternating forward bicep curls and then out at a diagonal bicep curls. So 50 seconds is on the clock. Starting now. Here we go. Palms facing up. Ground through your feet. Big toe, pinky toe, straight back to your heel. Bicep curl forward. Bicep curl out that diagonal. Does not have to be directly out from your hip. You want to keep those elbows tucked in close towards your body. Keep it going, palms facing up, bicep curl, and then extend the arms out from your hip. You've got it, 15 seconds to go. This is round 1 of 4 in a row. We've got our stretch coming up in 5. We're going to have to set the weights down very quickly. And 3, 2, set the weights down. Bring your right hand out in front, fingertips down, palm facing out. Gently pull your fingertips in towards your body. Quickly switching sides, left hand out, fingertips down, palm facing out, and gently pulling the fingertips in towards your body without forcing it. We've got round 2 coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Release your stretch, grab those weights. Elbows tucked in, bicep curl. Arms out that diagonal. It can be any diagonal, your choice. Palms are facing up the entire time. Full bend, full extend. You've got it, keep it going. That's it, you're halfway there. Round 2. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Chest stays nice and lifted. Shoulders remain stacked directly over your hips. Keep it going. You've got 10 more seconds. Our next stretch, we're going to start with the left arm this time. You've got 3, 2. Gently set your weights down. Come back to standing. Extend your left arm out in front. Fingertips down, palm facing forward. Gently pulling those fingertips in towards your body. Release your bind, switch sides. Right fingertips pressing in towards your body. We're going for round 3 and 2 and 1. Release that stretch. Grab those weights. Here we go. Bicep curl. Release. Bicep curl. Arms out that diagonal. Release. Keep it going. Make sure you're not using momentum of your body. Maybe increase or decrease your weights. You want it to be challenging, but you want to actively engage your core. Squeeze your thighs together. Draw your navel in towards your spine, up the crown of your head, keeping everything nice and still. Upper body work here. That's it. You got 10 more seconds. Finishing up round 3 so strong. You've got it. Bicep curls, forwards and out. Gently set the weights down. Right arm forward, fingertips down. Palms facing out. Keep it here with the stretch with your right hand. We're going to switch in 2 and 1. Gently switch sides. Left fingertips pulling in towards your body. We're grabbing those weights. Last round. Here we go. Last round in a row, should I say, because we are going to be doing this one more time for 60 seconds. Now, after this 4th round, we do have a 10-second breather, of course, after your stretch. And then we're moving on. We've got lower body and core next. We're going to go heavy, either 2 heavy weights or 1 heavy weight. We're going to hold the legs in a wide stance. We're going to draw those weights together, arms out in front. And then we have a deadlift. As we rise up, we have alternating lateral lunges. Keep it going. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Set those weights down. Left arm forward first. Stretch out that arm. Maybe draw your ear from side to side. Switching sides, right arm out long. Maybe gently drawing your ear from side to side. Maybe shaking your head yes and no. All right, shake out anything else that you may need to. Grab those heavy weights again. 1 weight in each hand or 2 weights. Feet are wider than your hips. Toes are slightly turned out. Weights together in front. Here we go. Bend the knees. Hinge forward just like a deadlift. Rise up. Bend into your right knee. Draw those weights to the inside of your right ankle. Rise up, back to that deadlift. Bend into the knees. Rise up over to the left side, lateral lunge. Slow and steady here. Remember, you got 4 rounds of this in a row. Keep it going. Your stretch is a wide gorilla stance. So we're going to keep our feet grounded here. And then we're going to come into a wide squat. After a few bend and extend of the knees. That's it. You got 3, 2. All right. Place your hands on your hips or towards your toes or towards the floor. Bend and extend the knees. All right. You can continue bending and extending or hold the bend in the knees. Bring your hands to heart center. Wide squat. Open up those hips. All right, rise up, grab those weights. You still got that wide stance. Here we go. Bend into those knees. Press your hips back like you're trying to sit into a chair. Wide deadlift. Rise up, bend into that right knee. Right lateral lunge. Back to that deadlift. Over to the left side. You've got it. Squeeze your glutes. Engage your abs. Keep your back flat. So your shoulders are relaxed down from your ears. Avoid rounding or arching your spine. It's as if you're trying to sink your hips into a chair behind you or pretend like you're trying to touch the wall. All right, last 3. Wide leg gorilla stretches, hands to your hips, thighs, or the floor. Bend and extend the knees. Back remains flat here. When you're ready, if you'd like, keep the bend the knees, come into that squat. All right, gently rise up. Grab those weights again. Bring those weights together. Give me that wide leg deadlift. Rise up over to the left side. Gently rise up. Keep it going. Sink the hips back. You've got it. This is round 3. Make sure that your back is staying nice and flat as you hinge forward. Bend into the knees. Rise up. Over to one side. Rise up. Give me that deadlift again. Slow and steady. Over to the other side. You've got it. Keep it going. All right, set those weights down. Hold in that wide stance. Bend and extend the knees. If you're ready, whenever you'd like, you can come into that wide-legged squat. Maybe draw your knees apart. You can fold forward. All right, 4th round coming up here. Grab those weights again. Here we go. One weight in each hand. Go heavy. Wide leg deadlift. Rise up. Over to one side. You've got it. Stay with it. We've got core and shoulder work coming up next. Halfway there. That's it. Stay with it. Wide deadlift to a lateral lunge. Almost there. Last 5. That's 3, 2. All right, set the weights down. Gorilla squat. Now to make it a true gorilla, you can place your hands under your palms for anyone who does yoga, or you can just place your hands on the floor, on your hips, your thighs. If you want, you can come into that wide-legged squat. All right, come on up, roll your shoulders back. Grab water at any time if you need to. Grabbing one weight, medium or heavy. Weights in your right hand, ground through your feet, left elbow wide. Reach your right hand down to your right ankle. Rise up, forward raise. Lower down, oblique crunch. Rise up, forward raise. Now, if you are bringing that weight higher than your shoulder, that's too easy. You know what I'm going to say. Go heavier. Challenge yourself. As you reach your right hand down towards the outside of your right ankle, I want you to actively stack your left shoulder directly over the right. Avoid rolling forwards or backwards. Keep it going. Reach up and release. We've got a curtsy lunge with an overhead bind. Coming up. You're going to set your weight down. Cross your right leg behind the left. Reach your arms overhead. Left hand grabs right wrist. Side bend over to the left. Try to make your body into a crescent moon shape. So your right leg should be more straight than the left. Keep it bent in the left knee. We've got round 2. Weight is in your right hand. In 3, 2. All right, come on up. Grab that weight. Left elbow wide. Ground through your feet. Oblique crunch, rise up, forward raise. So your palm is facing in the whole time. You can widen your stance to disperse that weight a little bit more. You can decrease the distance between your knees and your ankles to make it more challenging. Oblique crunch, forward raise. That's it, round 2 right here. Combining core and shoulder work. As you lift that right hand forward, try to keep that right arm straight. Keep your shoulders relaxed down from your ears. Try not to tip your body from side to side as you do that shoulder raise. My goodness. All right, go ahead and release that weight down. Curtsy lunge, arms overhead, left hand grabs right wrist, deep side bend. Those 50 seconds really fly by. Keep your chin lifted, shoulders square. 5 more seconds here. All right, gently release your bind. Grab that weight again. Come back to your stance of choice, left elbow wide. Oblique crunch, rise up, forward raise. Bring it back down. Oblique crunch, maybe reaching that weight further towards your hip, down your thigh, towards your knee. Maybe towards your ankle, crunching further each time. You got it. Reach, crunch, rise up, shoulder raise. 20 more seconds. Yes, you can. You got this. So strong. Really crunching that right oblique. Right shoulder work. 5 more seconds here. We're going to set that weight down for our stretch. All right, cross that right foot behind the left, arms overhead, left hand grabs right wrist, deep side bend over to the left. Maybe bending deeper this time. Try to bump your hips over to the right, arms to the left. 10 more seconds. 4th round coming up here, and then we are going to switch sides. In 3, 2, release your bind, release your curtsy, grab your weight, ground through your feet. Here we go. Oblique crunch. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lift. Keep it going. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. When you find your breath, it'll make those movements so much smoother. No matter what you do, whether you want to inhale or exhale at any of these points, if what I'm recommended don't work for you, just make sure you're not holding your breath. Oblique crunch, rise up. 5 more seconds. You got this. Last 2. All right, set the weight down. Cross the right foot behind the left, arms overhead, left hand grabs right wrist, deep side bend. All right, the next 4 rounds, we're going to have that weight in our left hand. Exact same moves on the left side. Left oblique crunch, left shoulder raise. You got 3, 2. All right, maybe grab a sip of water if you'd like. Try to keep the same weight. Oh my, grabbing that water, bending my arm. Whew, that was, definitely feel it. All right, here we go. Right elbow wide, find your stance. Reach down, rise up. Left arm raise and lower. My left side feels like the Tin Man. Keep it going. Don't worry, we'll get nice and loose. We got 4 rounds of this. And then of course we'll have a 5th round at the very end. Now if that weight is coming to your shoulder and that feels easy, if you're able to bring it past your shoulder, prevent yourself from doing so. Grab a heavier weight. Do not let that weight come higher than your shoulder as you lift and lower. Keep it going. You've got 3, 2. All right, gently set your weight down. Come back to standing. Cross your left foot behind the right. Arms overhead. Right hand grabs left wrist. Side bend over to the right. Feel that stretch all along the left side body. You got 5 more seconds. All right, go ahead and grab that weight in your left hand. Right elbow wide, oblique crunch. Rise up, forward raise. Lower down, palm stays facing in the entire time. You want to stack that right shoulder directly over the left as you crunch. Reach your left hand towards your hip, down your thigh, towards your knee. If that's all accessible, think about reaching towards your outer left ankle. Keep it going. Reach down, stack your right shoulder over the left. Avoid rolling forwards or backwards. Reach down, rise up, forward raise, and lower. You've got it. All right, gently set your weight down. Left foot behind the right. Right hand grabs left wrist, side bend. Arms to the right, bump your hips to the left. Feel that stretch all on the left side body. Keep your chin lifted off of your chest. Pretend you have that clementine under your chin. Deep bend to your right knee. Last 3, 2. Release your bind. Release your curtsy. Grab your weight. Right elbow wide. Oblique crunch. Rise up, forward raise. Lower down. That's it. Keep it going. Very nice. Continue to keep your right elbow wide. That allows you to keep your chest open. Crunch, forward raise, release down. Exhale on your crunch. Inhale to lift. Exhale as you raise that left arm. Inhale as you lower down. You've got it. Continuing with your breath. Last 3, 2. Set that weight down. Left foot behind the right. Arms overhead. Right hand grabs left wrist. Side bend. So same thing here. You want to keep your shoulders stacked over. Avoid rolling forwards or backwards. Keep everything nice and open. You've got 5 more seconds. All right, release your bind. Grab that weight with your left hand. Find your stance, right elbow wide. Oblique crunch, rise up, forward raise. Now you can keep a tiny bend in that left elbow, or you can keep it straight. Your choice. Keep that palm facing in towards your body. As you lift and lower, thumb is up, pinky is down. Lower down. You've got it. Now your next 2 moves, you're going to be on the floor with 1 heavy weight. We have a glute bridge. If you prefer not to come onto the floor, you can do a wall sit. We're going to hold 1 knee up the entire time, keeping that knee close in towards your chest as you lower and lift your hips, keeping that weight on your thigh. If you want to do a wall sit, set that weight down, cross your ankle. If you want to do a wall sit instead, you're going to just lift and lower that 1 knee. We have 4 on the right, 4 on the left. 10 more seconds here in this stretch. All right, release your bind. Maybe grab a sip of water. Your options, again, wall sit or on the floor. You can always use something on your back or place your shoulders on a pillow if you like. Grab that weight. Wall sit or on the floor. Bend your knees. Feet are directly under your hips. We're going to lift our hips up. Weight is on your left thigh. Draw that right knee in towards your chest. Lower and lift your glutes. Your right hand can be on your tummy or just by your right hip. So your left foot is pressed in towards the floor. Single leg glute bridge, lift and lower. Weight is on your left hip. Make sure you're holding it there. It can be on your thigh. You can have that weight staying up on your hip, your choice. That right knee stays lifted. If you're doing a wall sit, your left foot is staying completely still. You're lifting and lowering your right leg just as if you're doing a toe tap or lift. Lower your hips down, set the weight off to the side. No matter where you're at, come into a figure 4. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Press your right knee away from your body. Whether you're in that wall sit or you're on the floor, figure 4, press that right knee away. With each stretch, we'll add on. All right, grab that weight, release your right foot down. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Weight is on your left hip or thigh. Glute bridge, lift and lower. So just your left foot is staying grounded. Whether you're doing a wall sit or you're on the floor, that right leg is either lifted the entire time if you're on the floor, or it's tapping the floor and then lifting up. Keep it going. Press your heel in towards the ground. You can slightly lift your left toes if that's comfortable for you. I know I tend to lift my toes when I'm focusing on my glutes. You got less than 10 seconds here. We're going to do that figure 4 where we cross the right ankle over the left in 3, 2, gently set the weight down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Press your right knee gently away. Release both hands by your hips. Do some glute bridges here. Lift and lower the hips. Continuing to keep that connection with the figure 4. All right, you got 5 more seconds. All right, lower your hips down. Grab that weight again. Place it onto your left thigh. Bend your right knee. Keep your knee into your chest. Glute bridge, lift and lower. That's it. So your right heel, your right shin is hovering on that floor. Maybe your right shin is completely parallel to the floor beneath you. You've got it. Lift and lower. You can point or flex your right toes, your choice. That's it. You got 15 more seconds. Squeeze your left glute. I don't think I've anticipated a stretch so much in my life. Keep it going. That's 3, 2, gently set that weight down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex your left foot. From here, allow your knees to fall to the right and to the left. Your knees don't have to make contact, just a side to side. All right, 3 more seconds. Release that right foot down. Grab that weight. Place it on your left thigh or hip. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Glute bridge, lift and lower. Here we go. Round 4 right here. Again, you can have that weight pressing into your left hip if it doesn't hurt. Keeping that weight vertical, or you can just lean that weight onto your left thigh. Personally, I feel like the thigh is digging more into my left hip. Keep it going. 15 more seconds. Now the stretch this time is your choice. We're going to hold that figure 4. You can hold. You can press your right knee down and away from your body. You can do glute bridge lifts and lowers or side to side. That's 2, And set that weight down, cross your right ankle, flex your right foot. So again, side to side, glute bridge, lift or lower. You can hold it completely still. You can press that right knee away. You got your 10-second breather coming up next, and then we're switching sides. All right, release that right foot down. Shake out anything that you may need to. And now we have the other side to keep everything nice and symmetrical. Aren't you happy? Bend your knees. Right foot is planted. Weight is on your right hip. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Glute bridge, lift and lower. Left hand by your side. Of course, an option is to always come into a wall sit. Keeping your knees at 90. You're going to lift and lower that left knee. That weight can be on your right hip, lean against your thigh, or just propped up vertical on your right hip. 20 more seconds. We've got the figure 4 glute bridge coming up on our stretch. Try to lift your hips higher each time. Squeeze your glute to the top. It's not a quick action. It's a tiny hold and then release. You've got 3, 2. Gently set the weight down. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Continue to keep your left foot flexed to protect your left knee. Maybe gently pressing your left knee down away from your chest. Last 7. All right, come back to center. Grab that weight, place it on your right hip. Draw your left knee into your chest, lift and lower. So just your right foot is planted. Maybe lifting your toes, pressing your right heel in towards the floor. You can point, flex. You can relax your left toes. That work is in your right glute. Lift and lower. Lift, squeeze, hold it for a second, and release. Keep it going. Almost there. Keeping both shoulders pressed in towards the floor. Avoid doing a full bridge or a wheel. You want just the work to be in your glutes. Last 5. Last 2. Gently release the weight down. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Gently press your knee away. Both hands by your side. Glute bridge, lift and lower, holding that figure 4. Open up that left hip just a little bit more. Last 5. 3, 2. Release your left foot. Place that weight on your right hip. Left knee in towards your chest. Here we go. Glute bridge, lift and lower. That weight can be resting on your right thigh or on your right hip. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Shoulders press in towards the floor. Avoid pressing in using your shoulders. Really press down into your right foot as you lift your hips high, keeping your hips square. Left knee stays in close towards your chest, as close as you can. Last 5, 3, 2. Gently set that weight down. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Press your left knee away. From here, allow your knees to fall from left to right. Just side to side. All right, you got one more round of this. Last 2. Release your left foot down. Weight is on your right hip. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Here we go. Glute bridge, lift and lower. You're already 10 seconds in. Stay with it. Lift and lower. You got a nice breather after this stretch. And then as promised, we're going to run through these moves just one time each. So I want you to challenge yourself. Try to go heavy. Try not to stop for the full 60 seconds. It's just you and the clock. Keep it going. Last 10. Last 5. You've got 3, 2. Set the weight down. Cross your left ankle. Your choice. You can press the knee away. You can do glute bridges, lifts, and lowers. You can let your knees fall side to side. Anything that feels good to you today. Continue to keep your left foot flexed. All right, gently draw your knees into your chest. Rock and roll yourself a few times. Coming up to standing. Grab a sip of water. All right, we've got 60 seconds for each move. So we're using those 2 weights. We're going back to the top, bicep curls, and then candlestick curls out to the side. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Bicep curl, candlestick curl. You've got it. So we've got 60 seconds each move. No breather. No stretch till the very end. Keep it going. Bicep curl, release. Candlestick curl, release. All right, you're almost halfway. Keep it going. Keep a soft bend in those knees. Avoid locking out your knees. Nice soft bend in the knees. 20 more seconds. We're going to widen that stance. We've got our wide leg deadlift to a right single lateral lunge. Back to our wide leg deadlift. So we're grinding through those feet. Over to the left side. You got 5. That's 3, 2. Finish up where you're at. Widen your stance. Here we go. Weights together. Hinge forward. Back remains flat. Rise up over to the right. Lateral lunge. Back to center. Wide deadlift. Rise back up. Over to the left. Go at your own pace. You can go slower. You can go faster, but remember, we are not going for speed on any of these. No one is counting your reps. Focus on your form. Back is flat. Bend deeper into your knees. Press your hips back with your deadlift. On your lateral lunge, the knee that you're bringing that weight to, that's the only knee that's bending. The opposite one is staying completely straight. All right, 10 more seconds. We're going down to 1 weight. Let's start on the left side. Weight in your left hand. So release the right weight down in 3, 2. Here we go. Come up standing. Right elbow wide. Left oblique crunch. Forward raise. Release back down. Crunch. Rise up. Forward raise. Remember to move with your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. You got it. Stacking that right shoulder directly over the left. Avoid letting that left arm come higher than your shoulder. Protect your shoulder here. That's it. We're switching sides in less than 20. Just gently bringing that weight to our right hand. You've got 10. Stay with it, slow and steady. Oblique crunch. Forward raise for 3, 2. All right, finish up where you're at. Switch sides. Weight is in your right hand, elbow wide. Give me that oblique crunch. Rise up, forward raise. Now our right side probably feels more like the 10-man because the left side's nice and fluid. Keep it going. Reach and rise. Forward raise. Left elbow remains directly out from your shoulder. Keep your chest open. Keep your airway nice and open. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. Hopefully you guys can't hear my right shoulder every time it pops. Keep it going. Reach, lift. All right, we're quickly coming onto the floor. We're going to place that weight on our right thigh. Left knee drives. You've got 3, 2. All right, finish up where you're at. Quickly come onto the floor. Give me that glute bridge. Knees in towards your chest. Weight is on your right hip. Draw your left knee in. Lift and lower. 60 seconds have begun. Don't worry, we're going to stretch after this. We'll probably stay on the floor for our stretch if you're on your back in that glute bridge. Or you can come back to standing. Press your right heel in towards the floor. Keep it going. You're about halfway, a little bit more. That's it. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Lift your hips higher each time. Shoulders stay pressed in towards the floor. Last 12. We're going to do a quick transition, placing that weight in your left hip. In 3, 2, release your hips down, set your left foot down. Bring that weight to your left side. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Right hand down. Hold that weight with your left hand. Glute bridge, lift and lower. This is it. Less than 60 seconds of work remaining. You've got this. Glute bridge, lift and lower. You have a glorious, well-deserved stretch at the end of this. Keep it going. All right, 30 more seconds. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Press your left heel in towards the floor. Maybe lifting your left toes. Keep that right knee close in towards your chest. Don't let it come down even as your hips lower. Shoulders stay pressed in towards the floor. Glute bridge, lift and lower. Last 12. Keep it going. You've got 3, 2. All right, gently set that weight down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Pull yourself into a tight ball, grabbing your shins or grabbing the back side of your thighs. Maybe roll side to side. All right, release your feet down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex your right foot. Press your right knee gently away. Release both hands by your side. Glute bridge, lift and lower. One more time. Release your hips now. Allow your right knees to come over to the right. Come through center, over to the left. Back through center. Release your right foot down. Draw your left foot up towards the ceiling. Left ankle cross over right thigh. Flex your left foot. Press your left knee gently away from your body. Come back through center. Hands by your hips. Glute bridge, lift and lower 2 times. One more if you're with me. Gently lower your hips down. Allow your knees to fall over to the left. Come back through center, over to the right. Come back through center. Extend your legs out long on the floor. Or if you're standing, same option. Draw your feet over to the right side. Cross your left ankle over the right. Reach your arms overhead. Walk your body over to the right side. Right hand grabs left wrist. Deep side bend over to the right. Both shoulders, both hips in towards the floor. Come back through center. Keep your arms and legs long in opposite direction. Reach long, tiny arch in your back. Relax your arms and legs. Walk your feet this time over to the left side. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Bring your arms overhead. Left hand grabs right wrist. Deep side bend over to the left side. Feeling that stretch all along the right side body. Come back through center. Reach your arms and legs long in opposite direction. Curl your knees back in towards your chest. Continue to grab the back side of your thighs, or you can grab the outside edge of your feet. Coming into happy baby. Pressing your lower back in towards the floor. Maybe rocking side to side. You can extend one leg at a time. Of course, what you do on one side, repeat on the other. You can extend both legs out long. You can bend and extend the legs, just as we did standing. Bend into your knees. Release your feet down on the floor. Cross your right arm over your body, gently pulling your right forearm into your left shoulder with your left forearm. Open and switch. Left arm across your body. We're using the floor as a splint here to keep our shoulder blades nice and flat. Release your left arm. Rock and roll yourself a few times or come up any other way that you'd like to a standing position. Widen your stance. Nice big inhale. We lost a few. And exhale. One more. Fantastic work today. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for staying the whole